Fucking calamity! Hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. Manchester City have just beaten Swansea City. No, they haven't. They've drawn 1-1. But they've got the required point to finish in the top four and play Champions League football next season, stopping us from having that privilege if we could beat Bournemouth in what now is like a replay after the end of the season. So, pretty crazy. When's that game going to be played? Of course, there was a bomb scare at Manchester United today. There's been an update. I hear Manchester police have announced that the bomb disposal squad have performed a controlled explosion within the stadium there to deal with the suspect package there, the bomb that was in the stadium. If that's true, it's just unbelievable. Who are these sick fucks that are putting freaking bombs in Old Trafford? I mean, really, it has no place in football. It's got no place in life. Whoever these people are, whatever minority, the fact is, it's a minority of people that's doing this, whether it's Islam, whether it's whatever. It's just a tiny fraction of fucked up people, and the sooner they get caught and strung up and have force-fed TNT up the jacksie, the better, okay? Because it's got no place in football. Anyway, I mean, at Old Trafford, I don't know what the state of that is, whether it's just like contained within a small area. Obviously, I'm guessing that's the case, but it's just scary, isn't it? Families, boys, girls, going out to watch their club, Manchester United or Bournemouth, whatever, watch your club at Old Trafford, and, you know, you're going to get blown up in this day and age. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. Of course, there's been a lot of tension and, you know, Paris attacks and, you know, all the terrorist attacks by ISIS in the Middle East, and it's just fucked up, isn't it? I mean, I don't really want to talk about it in this video. This is obviously a Premier League roundup show. I've got pretty deep on you all of a sudden, but I mean, it's just sickening. But thankfully, the police, thankfully, the bomb disposal squad, the military, whoever was brought in to deal with this situation, dealt with it. The package was discovered, it was dealt with. They evacuated the couple of stands, they evacuated the entire stadium, abandoned the game of football, and it was dealt with. And if they have performed a controlled explosion, it seems like it's a pretty legitimate threat, and that is a very scary thought, but there we have it. Let's get round to the freaking football then. Manchester United have got to beat Bournemouth 19-0 when we play them in order to get the fourth spot. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I mean, I haven't looked at the table since the game, all the games have finished, but I'm pretty sure City are going to finish on the same number of points we have if we beat Bournemouth. Only they'll have a far superior goal difference. I think they'll be 18 ahead before we play our game, something like that. So we've got to beat Bournemouth 19-0. Come on, lads! I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? But I mean, what a sickening feeling that is, again, to lose out to City on goal difference on the last freaking day of the season. I mean, they've been very poor recently as well. I mean, if not for that Onianacho guy, so I know I'm not pronounced that right, but that youngster they brought through recently, then they'd have been pretty shambolic this last part of the season, because they've not set the world alight. It seems like Pellegrini and the players have just sort of been in holiday mode, waiting for the Dracula to leave and go back to Transylvania. But now that's going to happen, of course, but he's managed to get them top four as a parting gift. Unfortunately, it couldn't be top four and a parting gift for Manchester United and Louis van Gaal, the Dutch sloth, I tell you, the toad of Toad Hall. He strikes again this season long. It's just been a calamity from start to finish. He should have gone around October, November, December time, quite frankly. He was justified, having spent a lot of money, having playing us such poor football. I mean, the story of the season for Manchester United this season really has been the style of football. It's been so poor, possession football, very little chances created, very little attacking intent, not a lot of fluidity with the players and the play, etc. It's just been a calamity. Defensive through possession, and that's not what we want to see. We want to see high-tempo attacking football at Old Trafford. At least that's the way it should be anyway. And Louis van Gaal has not only not delivered that style of football, that entertainment factor, but he's not delivered the results either. I mean, last day of the season, we're fighting, hoping that City are going to slip up so we can get top four. It's just not good enough for it, is it? For Manchester United, having spent all that money, he's had a lot of time in the job as well. In modern day football, 2 years is a ridiculously long amount of time for a football manager. Unfortunately, that's the case, but that is the case. 2 years, long time. If you've not, you know, justified you being there for that time, come the end of that 2 years, if you've not satisfied expectation, then you should be on your bike, Louis van Gaal. Quite frankly, you should be on your Dutch bike, cycling back to Amsterdam with a look of shame plastered on that dopey face of yours, quite frankly, because it is an abomination that Manchester United have not qualified for the Champions League. Having spent all that money, we should be challenging for the Premier League title, let alone hoping that Manchester City are going to throw it away in the last day of the season. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But, I mean, let's talk about some of the other games out there today that happened in the Premier League. Newcastle United beat Spurs 5-1 with 10 men. What the freaking hell, man? Championship side next season. They've been relegated, playing a team who've just qualified for the Champions League. And they've destroyed them with 10 men. I mean, how have Newcastle United got relegated this season? I'll tell you, Steve McLaren, the Wally Witherbolly, he is that bad. Because they got a decent squad. They spent a bit of money, but he just couldn't get them playing right. Since Benitez has come in, I think they were undefeated in the last 4 or 5 before this game. Smashed the Champions League qualifiers there. So, you know, I don't think they'll keep Rafa Benitez. I don't think he'll want to stay there. I'm not sure if he's even the best man for the job to take Newcastle back up from the Championship next season. But he's done a reasonable job since he's come in. And Newcastle United were just on a sort of doomed course. And that was, the coordinates were set by Steve McLaren at the start of the freaking season there. Other results in the Premier League today. Southampton won, of course, against Palace. So guess what? They could potentially finish 5th if we lose to Bournemouth. It could happen. Manchester United have got to beat Bournemouth. Let's not forget this. Whenever that game will be played, I don't know. Fixture congestion could be an issue. We've got the FA Cup final coming up. Is it going to be before? It's going to be after, probably. So it's going to be after the FA Cup, is it? I mean, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It doesn't really mean anything now anyway, unless we do beat Bournemouth 19-0. Let's just hope it is after the FA Cup and they sent all their freaking players on holiday and we got to play their dinner ladies and stuff. Then we might have a chance. But still, it just winds me up so much that we are last day of the season and we're out of it down to freaking City. Arsenal finished second in the Premier League today as well, leapfrogging Spurs with a hat-trick from Olivier Giroud, who's been shit recently, but turned up last day of the season to give Arsenal second position in the league. I mean, if you actually look at them over the last few seasons, they've been progressing in terms of their finishing position in the Premier League. Not actually progressing, but progressing in terms of statistics in the Premier League table. So maybe next year they'll freaking win it. And maybe I'll be United manager next year because pigs might freaking fly. But still, Arsenal finished in second. That's a reasonable job for them. More other teams slipping up and having a shit season. Think about all the top teams who've had a shit season this season. United have been a joke. Chelsea have been a calamity. Liverpool getting there, but they're still gash-tastic. And Spurs, even Spurs to be up there is unbelievable. It just goes to show you the quality of the top teams this season has dwindled. And Spurs and Leicester City and teams like that have been there to capitalise. Quite frankly, it's been a crazy Premier League season. This season has been unbelievable. All credit goes out to Leicester City, who've been the runaway winners of the Premier League. They finished 10 points above Arsenal in second place. So Leicester City really do deserve it. They've done it with a very budget squad as well, brought some fantastic players in and made some great names for themselves. And just being a fantastic team, a fantastic unit, they fully deserve the Premier League trophy. Let's get back round to Manchester United anyway. No Champions League football next season for Manchester United. Again, what's that? 2 seasons out of 3 seasons with no Champions League football. No Champions League football. It's an absolute freaking calamity. Something needs to be done. Louis van Gaal, you have got to go, my Dutch compadre. Why don't you just go? Resign. You've not met your objective. Okay, win us the FA Cup if you absolutely have to linger around for a bit longer. You linger, man. He's an absolute lingerer, this man. He just lingers around, stinking up the place, and I'm sick and tired of it. I hope he does resign. If the Manchester United board don't sack him, which if they don't, they need their bloody heads testing, but if they don't sack him, then I hope he resigns and retains just a tiny little bit of dignity. Because he's not achieved objectives for Manchester United this season. He's not got us Champions League football. He's not got us challenging for the Premier League. He has maybe got us the FA Cup, which, okay, it's great to win the biggest domestic cup in England there. Fantastic. Great history. We should have won it more, and we can match the all-time wins in the FA Cup by winning that FA Cup next weekend. But, you know, it's not good enough, really, when you've spent all that money and you're Manchester United. The expectations, rightfully so, should be higher. Look at all the success we've had over the last 25 years. The expectations have to be higher. They've got to be higher. Anyway, I think he should go immediately. He will be here for the FA Cup, I'm sure. But once that game's been played, I think he should shake hands and say farewell and get on his merry way, because he's not been good enough for Manchester United. We need a fresh approach. I say Jose Mourinho's the man to come in, change our style, change our fortunes, get some quality signings in, and we'll see how that goes. But it's a tough job. It's a tough job to get Manchester United playing the way they should be and challenging the way they should be. So whoever comes in, going to be a very difficult job. What do you guys think about that? Who do you think that may be? Please do get comments below with your thoughts and opinions on it. If you were at the game today, I mean, I'm just happy that nobody got injured or hurt, and these despicable people will hopefully get caught. If it even is the case that there was a bomb there, I mean, I don't really know too much about it at the moment, but it seems like a controlled explosion has been taken out. It all seems pretty legitimate. It's despicable, but there we have it. Manchester United as well, we're not going to be in the Champions League next season, barring a ridiculous result against Bournemouth in the game that's yet to be confirmed when that date will be played. Just want to say thank you to you guys for watching this channel this season. You've been a bunch of legends. All you legends who watch these videos, chuck likes on them, share them with your mates, get commenting in the comment section. You are a bunch of lads and lasses, I tell you. And please do keep coming back to the channel over the summer, because I'll be doing all sorts of transfer videos, speculation, any big news stories in football. Of course, we've got Euro 2016 coming up in France, so I'll be covering that, England's games, etc. So, you know, it won't be the end of me for the summer, although I will be having a nice chill out and hopefully getting a bit of a suntan this summer. But I've really enjoyed making these vlogs this season. Thank you very much for following along. Get comments in with any thoughts and ideas you've got what I can do with the channel, etc. I'm always open to hearing what you guys think. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video. Get commenting with your thoughts on Manchester United, Louis van Gaal, Old Trafford, the bomb scare today, all of that. Please do get commenting, and about anything else. Comment below using the hashtag AskThePig and ask me a question for my upcoming Q&A video, which I'll be doing soon as well on the channel, so keep your eyes peeled for that also. You can follow me on Twitter at MrFlyingPigHD and on Facebook at MrFlyingPigHD. Chuck a like on the Facebook page. And until next time, have yourself a good one. This has been me, Joe, aka MrFlyingPigHD. Take it easy. Sort your frickin' lives out, United. It's about frickin' time.